to Leicester is always a big ask, but your thoughts at the end of that game?
Yeah, and I kind of think that's exactly right, really. It's not something we didn't think about. We talked to the players about it, and saying how important it was for us to get our feet on the ground and get a good training week in and make sure we started the game in particular with high intensity, because obviously coming through a couple of big emotional weeks like we had against Bath and against Northampton, and then coming here a little bit off, and it not maybe being the biggest game of the month or whatever, was always dangerous. And I think we did see the effects of that a little bit. I don't want to make excuses for the players because I've told them I'm not going to. If you want to be a good player playing in a good side at this time of year, you have to be able to roll from big game to big game. Leicester are potentially going to go through a big couple of Premiership games, into a Heineken Cup quarter final, wanting to push into a semi-final in the Premiership and a final. You have to be able to roll from one emotional performance to the other. Now, we haven't had the experience of that before, and you can't run away from that. But I'm a little disappointed that the difference was as big as it was today, because I've said to the guys, there's one thing I am confident of, is that that's not a realistic gap when Leicester normally play Exeter, and in different circumstances it would be different, but we have to learn to make sure it is different, and today should have been a huge game just for the sake of us coming to Leicester, and it didn't appear like that was the case. We could have been tired, yes. Probably, I think we were probably more emotionally and mentally tired than anything. If there's anything good come from today, it will certainly have freshened up anything that was lingering around after the Northampton game, because this is like having a cold bath today. It really should wake us up.
Who struggled in the set piece, though, which didn't help the cause, did it?
Yeah, I think our set piece. There was the odd penalty at set piece, but I actually think our set piece went pretty well. We weren't getting shoved off the ball particularly.
I was thinking particularly the line-out.
Yeah, we had early on. We had a couple of line-outs that went astray and hurt us a little bit. That said, we've come to Leicester and we've troubled them with our maul, and it was interesting. I kind of said to Ali afterwards, it was slightly different to some other games when we've come here. Other games we've come here and we've kind of almost run Leicester off their feet, and then their set piece has brought them through. Well, today it was a little bit like the set piece kind of went okay, but we really didn't try and run them off their feet. We looked a little bit too comfortable just running around playing a game of rugby, and some of their tries, we didn't even lay a finger on people kind of running down the blind side, and that's very untypical for us. There's one thing we do is work very hard and scramble in defence, and we at least get bodies in front of people, and today we didn't, and I just think, as I say, I'd like to put a lot of it down to a little bit of maybe mental tiredness, mental fragility in dealing with something that we haven't dealt with before, because, as I said, physically they're the same rugby players, so at some stage you've got to question that they just haven't bounced through the last couple of weeks as well as Leicester maybe resting up and preparing for this game.
Okay, just looking ahead, Gloucester next week, your initial thoughts on the next game up for the Chiefs?
Well, it's like anything. Your home games are massively important. We still are within a shout of really trying to make the race for sixth place exciting, but if you look at the results over the weekend, we've got a battle on our hands, so we have to look at winning. We have to play better than we did today. I'm sure we will. I'm sure today is a little bit of, I'm hoping now is a game we've had to have got out of our system, and it kind of shows us the level we need to be at when we hit the pitch against Gloucester, because they've had a good result at the weekend. They've running a lot of tries. They like this time of year as well. They've got a very exciting back division, and they can hurt you with pace. So we're going to have to just have a better training week. But the one thing you can do after a performance like today is we can really challenge them in training. We can slap them with a few things that didn't go quite so well in training last week and make sure everything is a lot better this week.
Looks like you picked up a couple of injuries today as well.
Yeah, we picked up some knocks. Nosey's shoulder didn't appear to be too bad. And other than that, we'll just have to assess. I think Fetu was a bit of a hamstring, so we'll just have to assess it and we'll see. We ran the bench on relatively early, which I thought they went pretty well. Gave us a bit of impetus and a bit of fresh legs. I think maybe in hindsight could we have made some changes? Well, possibly, but then we really wouldn't have learnt a lot about the team we put out there. Because, as I said, they've got to build a mental and a physical strength that you've got to roll from one big game to another, especially this time of year. And so I was quite happy to challenge a few of them both before the game and at half time to see how they stood up today. And to be fair, some guys have individually stood up very well, other guys not so well. So we can talk about that during the week, but it certainly feels like it's one of those games you want to put away and just say, the next time we're in a cup final, remember what happened when we went and played Leicester. And I think that's the best way to use today.
If that's one positive you can take out of last week. Next time you win a silver trophy, you'll know that what to expect the following?
Well, I think that's what we've got to do. I mean, that's the only way we can use this game now, really. It's past, we haven't got any league points out of it, but to learn some lessons from it, that's what we have to be able to do. We have to be able to say, look, remember what happened last time we came through a big emotional performance? Let's make sure we get this training week right and you get yourself mentally in a good place.
Thanks for your time, Rob.
Thanks very much.